Hi, children, it's Grandma Carla with Chapter 5 of The Crazy Christmas Angel Mystery. After supper, Eric hurried to Duncan's house. The Christmas spelling list was ready. Eric gave the first word, spell Yule. Duncan tried and missed. He left the E off the end. I don't get it, he said. Eric held up the dictionary. Find it in here. Duncan looked and looked. At last he said, here it is. It means you will. You will shouldn't be on a Christmas spelling list. Not Yule, Eric said, Y-O-U-L-L. Yule, Y-O-Y-U-L-E, is a Christmas word. Here, let me show you. He found the word in the dictionary. Y-U-L-E. Eric let Duncan read it. Yule means Christmas. And Eric nodded. In Germany, where I was born, people used to burn Yule logs at Christmas. It's a giant piece of firewood, sometimes the whole trunk of a tree. Wow, the whole trunk? Asked Duncan. Yep. How does it fit into the fireplace? Asked Duncan. Our fireplaces can't hold a Yule log, but in the old days they would. Now my mom lights candles instead. Eric looked at the next word on the list. Candlelight. I'll give you a hint, he said. This word is two words put together. It's a compound word. First try, Duncan spelled it right. Eric drilled his friend on all the words. And when they came to mystery, Eric scratched his head. I wonder why Miss Hershey put this word on the list. Maybe she knows about the first Christmas, Duncan replied. What do you mean? Eric asked. Well, the first Christmas was a true mystery. Only God could have set it up. Eric closed the dictionary. Huh? For one thing, Joseph and Mary did not live in Bethlehem. But God knew way ahead of time that Jesus was going to be born there. Duncan sat down beside Eric on the floor. What else? Eric said. Jesus was God's son, but he was also a man. That's a good mystery for you, said Duncan. Yeah, said Eric, you're right. That's not all, said Duncan. The first Christmas was about presents, the best one of all, the baby boy named Jesus. Sounds like you really got the stuff down, Eric said. I learned it in church, Duncan said. Eric thought about the spelling list. Does Miss Hershey go too? He asked. Duncan stood up. I've never seen her there, but I have a feeling she goes to church somewhere. It was time to leave, and Eric had important plans. He headed straight for Mr. Tressler's house. The moon was as big as a basketball. Full moons were like that. Just then, Dee Dee's kitten jumped out of the bushes. Eric stopped. A cat this small could freeze to death. Eric ran after him. Come here, Mr. Whiskers. Meow. The cat headed down the sidewalk to Mr. Tressler's. Leaping over mounds of snow, Mr. Whiskers seemed to know where he was going, straight to the old man's front porch. Eric's heart was pounding hard. Here, kitty, kitty, he called softly. Eric tiptoed through the snow, reaching out for the fluffy gray kitten. Then Mr. Whiskers leaped onto the windowsill. Boldly, he pranced across. This is horrible, thought Eric. Then he looked up. He could see the old man's shadow in the window. By the light of a dozen candles, Mr. Tressler was putting up a Christmas tree. And here is the picture of Eric, and he's trying to get the kitty, but I don't know if you can see the shadow in the window is a man putting up a Christmas tree in the dark, just by candlelight. By the light of a dozen candles, Eric couldn't see clearly through the sheer curtain, but he could see Mr. Tressler's long nose and pointy chin. Eric shivered in the darkness. The whole thing was creepy. He moved closer to get a better look. Candles flickered in the window. Moon shadows danced on the snow. Then Mr. Whisker meowed like a trumpet in the stillness. "Be quiet," Eric shouted. Flash, the porch light. Eric spun around and ran for his life. This is Grandma Carla, and I love you.